Some celebrate their birthday like a national holiday. Plans are made a month in advance, and social media feeds explode with greetings. For others, it's just an ordinary Tuesday, not even marked in the calendar. What's the difference? Psychology says your attitude toward your own birthday is not just a preference, but an encoded message about your inner reality. Let's decode the 4 types of mindset hidden behind the choice not to celebrate. Learned helplessness, when the brain protects itself by giving up expectations. Imagine a child who, for several years in a row, waited for a celebration, but was ignored. Forgotten dates, no-show guests, no gifts. According to psychological research, after repeated disappointments, the brain activates a defense mechanism, learned helplessness. It literally rewires neural connections to lower expectations and avoid new pain. In adulthood, this manifests as a rational decision. I'm not interested. In reality, it's a trace of deep emotional economy. The person unconsciously forgoes joy to avoid risking disappointment again. Chronophagy, how routine consumes significance. These are people whose lives are an endless to-do list. Career, projects, family, obligations. Their brain is in a state of chronic cognitive overload. Under such conditions, significant dates cease to stand out against the background noise. Psychologists call this temporal blindness, or chronophagy, when the present dissolves in a stream of tasks. Their birthday isn't consciously ignored, it's captured by the current context of survival. In the evening, they might realize with surprise, "Oh, today was my birthday." This is a sign not of a lack of feeling, but of total depletion of mental resources. Mature self-sufficiency, when identity doesn't need a date for validation. The third category is not traumatized or overwhelmed, but emotionally autonomous. Their self-esteem and sense of worth are integrated and independent of external markers. Research within self-determination theory shows that such people have higher levels of intrinsic motivation and psychological well-being. For them, a birthday is just a date on the calendar, because they feel the value of their own existence every day. Their celebration is not an event, but an internal state that doesn't require public display. Existential minimalism, a conscious choice against imposed rituals. There are also those who consciously reject commercialized, templated celebration scenarios. This is a manifestation of cognitive dissonance with social norms they perceive as artificial. Often, these are people with developed critical thinking and a low need for social approval. Their refusal is not of joy, but of an externally imposed form of that joy. They may find special meaning in a quiet dinner, a heart-to-heart conversation, or a day dedicated solely to themselves, but it will be their personal, not socially prescribed ritual. What we take away. Your decision not to celebrate is not just a mundane choice, it is a symptom of your mental landscape. If the reason is learned helplessness, it's a signal of unhealed emotional wounds that need attention and possibly processing. If it's chronophagy, it's a red flag of burnout and a loss of connection with your own needs in favor of productivity. If it's self-sufficiency, it's a sign of a mature, resilient psyche that draws resources from within. If it's existential minimalism, it's a manifestation of a developed critical self, asserting its right to authenticity. Not celebrating is as meaningful as celebrating lavishly. The only question is whether this choice is a free expression of your personality or a defensive reaction of a traumatized psyche. Subscribe. We continue to decode the language of everyday decisions.